Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing good. So as promised earlier, we're going to take a look into the Nokia 1054 4G. Now do take note that this is a 2023 edition. There is a similar model which was the model previous to this. So this is supposed to have a lot more improvement than the previous Nokia 1054 4G. Now, a couple of things that I've noticed in the description in terms of the improvements seems to be on the type of LCD display which are being used. GSM Arena states that the new 1054 4G 2023 has an IPS LCD display, so that should give you a better viewing angle. Also, the memory is expandable this time around. The device gets a splash resistant. It also gets a larger 1450 mAh battery and with Bluetooth connectivity. So these are a couple of improvements of the Nokia 1054 4G has over the previous generation of the Nokia 1054 4G, and it seems to me that the previous generation of the Nokia 1054 4G is quite similar in terms of the specification to the Nokia 1052 2G, which I recently reviewed, apart from the 2G and 4G differences. So we're going to take a quick look into the Nokia 1054 4G and see how it compares to the Nokia 1052 2G here. Now, a couple of specifications written here. The new Nokia 1054 4G for the 2023 edition supports voice over LTE. That means you get superior communication quality, a 1.8-inch display, but it's not stated the type of display here. A large battery, 1450 mAh battery. I'm not really sure what this means, but it also has an FM radio, an MP3 player, and also supports up to 32 GB of SD card, and you can charge the device using a USB, a micro USB cable. So we're going to take a quick look into this device. So let's get to it. Now do take note that the model that I have with me is meant for the Chinese market, so there might be some regional differences. So this is the cyan colored for the Nokia 1054 4G. I'm just going to put this aside. And let's take a look into the contents. As we know, it comes with a battery. So this is something that we're going to take a look in a while. Probably some guide and warranty information, and also a good quality micro USB cable. So this is how the cable looks like. Looks very good. Looks quite solid to me. So that's it in the contents. So I'm going to set all this aside and take a look into the battery first. Now the battery here is a rather large battery at 1450 mAh. So this is supposed to be giving you probably an equal or more or less the same battery life to the slightly smaller battery life on the previous 2G version. So this is probably compensating for the 4G connectivity. As you can see, a large battery here, and we have the beautiful cyan colored Nokia 1054 4G 2023. Really look beautiful. Now, one thing to be noticed up front is in terms of the design and the aesthetic, I believe that the 2023 edition comes with this dual tone color. The previous generation of the 105 4G unit probably does not have this central band which makes this device stand apart. So we're just going to take a quick look into this device. So this is how you pry open the device. There's a slot underneath, and you just go and lift it up. Now, as you can see, this is a dual SIM device, and unlike the Nokia 105 2G, which uses the standard regular SIM size, this uses a nano SIM, so you don't need an adapter for it. And as you can see, the micro SD card slot is here, so the memory is expandable. So we're just going to put this in and boot it up. So let's press on. Now apparently, according to GSM Arena, the display quality here is an IPS LCD display. That means that this device has a superior viewing angle compared to the Nokia 105 2G edition. Now as you can see here, this is connected to voice over LTE. There is a 4G connectivity. So voice over LTE is supported in the latest model of the Nokia 105 4G. Now before we dive deep into the contents of the 4G, let's just appreciate the looks of it. Now, quite similar to the 105 2G, this has also a nano texturing over the back. So this is a polycarbonate body, beautifully built, really comfortable, curved edges, really satisfactory grip in the hand, and this has a splash and also dust proof, so an IP52 rating for a budget device, or actually a feature phone like this, something of a rarity. Really good move by HMD Global. On the top you've got an LED flash, a 3.5mm head jack, on the bottom a micro USB charging port. So pretty much that's about it. So in terms of dimension, I believe okay, so the 4G unit is slightly taller than the 2G one. In terms of the width, it looks like the 4G unit is slightly wider, and in terms of thickness, probably the 4G unit is slightly thinner than the 2G one. So I hope you can make out what I'm saying. This is just a rough estimation. I'm not going to dwell further into the dimension size, and you can see that the band that the 4G unit has is thicker than the narrower band on the 2G unit. So these are a couple of aesthetic things that you might want to take note of. Pretty much it does not affect the function, it's just how the design is. Now the choice of placement for the 3.5mm head jack, for the 2G version you have that on the bottom, for the 4G version you have that on top. Now I'm more interested to see how the 4G behaves. Let's just have a look into the display. I'm just going to boot this up. Meanwhile, we will explore the 4G unit first. So we're just going to unlock this device, and as you can see, even from the menu itself, the 4G unit that I have here is meant for the Chinese market. So it does have a couple of apps meant for the Chinese market. One is this Himalaya app. I'm not really sure what it does, whether this is some sort like a e-reader or some sort. Can't really make that out. And it also has this music app. I believe this is a streaming app, and it is quite a shame that the global unit does not have a dedicated music app, seeing that, like you say, as you can see here, when you use Migu Music you need one mobile phone number to log in. I believe that this is probably not usable in countries outside of China, but it's like I said, it is still sad to see that this app or something similar to it is not available for the global market. It comes with Alipay. Alipay is actually in fact usable in many parts of the world, and pretty much that's about it. Now if you were to take a look into the display here, I would say side by side both displays looks pretty much the same. Now I'm just going to set the intensity of the display to the maximum. So here it comes under contrast. So both of the displays are currently maximized. To me, both of them look pretty readable. I would say the viewing angles pretty much the same. It's hard to differentiate them as such. Now I would probably say it's hard to differentiate whether this is actually an IPS LCD display, but GSM Arena states so. Now let's take a couple of look into the Nokia 105 4G 2023. Now as you can see, this supports voice over LTE, something that the 2G variant obviously does not have. Now let's take a look into the contacts. So you can actually import your contacts from devices like Android devices. So you can sync for your Android contacts to be synced directly to this device. So this is something that you might want to take note. I've been asked this question a couple of times, whether or not you can actually sync your contact with an Android device. So for the 4G unit you can actually do that, but for the 2G unit unfortunately there is no such option. So this is another key difference. Now what about call recording? A lot of people have asked whether call recording is also available. Now we're going to take a look into that. We're going to make a call. As you can see, call recording is actually available for the 4G unit. And let's adjust the volume. So this is actually maximum. You can even turn the loudspeaker. So as you can see, the quality of the loudspeaker is really loud. And now in terms of registering contacts, it's not as robust as it is on the 2G device. So let's take a look. Let's say I want to key in a new phone number. So here you can see that I can actually select icons. It means I can select images from my album for each individual contact, and I can actually classify them. So this is something that is not available in the 2G unit. As I've shown in my previous review, I do urge you to watch that. So for the 4G unit, you have options to categorize them according to family, friends, business, classmates, and you can assign default ringtone. So for those of you who are curious to see how your contacts are, your contacts can be synced via a Android device through Bluetooth. You can classify your contacts, you can assign individual ringing tone for them, and you can even add an icon, which are the images for individual contacts. So this is something that you might want to take note of. Now alarm, this is something quite similar. You can set the alarm once. You can actually edit the alarm, so you have the options to repeat it once daily or working days. So it's pretty similar to the 2G variant, nothing different there. Messages, so T9 predictive input is something available on the 2G device, and dictionary, as it is called here, it's also available here. So T9 dictionary is on, and you do what you do best, typing. Now I might have skipped on the keypad here. I do like to apologize for that. Usually I do comment on the quality of the keypad. Now as I am typing here, I can tell you that the keypad is absolutely comfortable to be typed on. Similar to the 2G device, you can see that the keypads are very well spaced apart. They are slightly raised to give you a better input, the better tactile feedback, and they're really a joy to type. So something that even I notice as I'm typing here. So when it comes to the radio function, both the 4G and the 2G devices, they support wireless and wired FM. I've shown how it is on the 2G version. I'm just going to share with you how it is on the 4G version. So all you need to go is just go into the FM, and then you can go to manual search and key in the desired frequency that you want. I'm currently locked to a local radio station here. I'm going to press play, and I can just increase. So as you can see, pretty loud, pretty clear, no distortion whatsoever. But for instances you are in a very closed environment, you can improve your reception by connecting to a headset. So let's move on to another feature here. So something that sets the this device, the 4G device, apart from the 2G device, is access to a browser. So for the global unit, you will get an Opera Mini browser, and you'll even have the access to use apps like Facebook, which is basically a link to the Opera browser. So all you can do is just key in the desired address, and you'll be able to browse the net. And as it's shown here, you don't have much options when it comes to the games. In fact, you only have the Snake game here, but this could be due to regional limitation. As I've said earlier, this is meant for the Chinese market, and this is because I've come across similar settings on a global device where they actually do have more options to games, and you are actually able to purchase additional games if you are interested. So that I've covered this in my previous reviews of feature phones, so you might want to have a look into that. Now here are a couple of extras: world clock, timer, unit conversion, calculator, calendar, torch, and data service counter, and you can even do a recording of your voice. Now if you're wondering if this is all available for the 2G version, you can see here no such additional application available for the 2G version. Now when you go to connection, as you can see, this device supports Bluetooth 5.1. If I'm not mistaken, this is something that sets this device apart from the 2G version and the previous 1054G. So this is something that you want to take note of. Now when you go to network selection, now I've had a very interesting question by one of the viewers, is that could we just buy a 4G device but just use the 2G features? Now as you can see, in fact, you can actually do that and actually select an auto power on and off. So you can select when you want your phone to switch on and switch off. you can set your phone to actually automatically switch on and switch off. So this is something that is not available in the 2G version. So that is a quick look into the Nokia 105 4G and the 2G. In my next video, I'm going to have a look into what makes the Nokia 106 and the Nokia 105 here different, or are they actually similar. So that's going to be another video coming down soon. So till then, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, do hit me up in the comment section or drop a message in Twitter. And I do urge you to watch my other videos on Nokia feature phones. Some of the questions might have been answered there. So till then, I hope you stay safe. I hope to see you in the next one. Do take care.